okutulumba batulumba naye ekyokutuwangula kikafuuwe kubanga tulina byonna ebitusobozesa okuwangula ng'ekikulembedde Katonda waffe. Katonda waffe ali naffe kubanga bye batukoze mu nzikiza emyaka 6 tetubakolangako kibi. Katonda ali kusaidi yaffe. Tulina ekyapa kya Uganda, tulina obwannannyini obw'obwerange origini enzaale ku Uganda nabo balina ewaabwe. Ekyo kimala kubanga bo bennyini bwe bagamba nti Banyarwanda community in Uganda kitegeeza balina gye babelonginga, kiki ekibagana obbeere wammwe. Gwe mubangende waffe gye muwulira emirembe lwaki temukakkana wansi waabo kubanga tetubakolangako kibi, tetulina kye twali tubaganye, tewali we twali babagulira ne muyingira ne mu bisenge mwagala ki ekisingaawo.
The report which was released by Parliament yesterday declaring Banyarwanda community as Uganda citizens, whether they are decision makers, you know the history of Uganda. This is not the first time Uganda declaring Banyarwanda stateless or non-Ugandans. In 82, Obote regime attempted, and you know what happened. We are very confident and determined to defend our existence in this country as citizens of Uganda. So we advise them actually to act wisely, to throw away that report and support the amendment of Article 10.
It is a governance decision. It can only be taken by the President and Cabinet. This cannot be produced as a private member's bill. This happened in Congo in 1960. It should happen in Uganda in 2024. This, if what happened in Congo was not disturbed by the subsequent presidents, we would not have wars in Congo. If this is not enacted, I cannot promise that we shall not have wars in Uganda. This can only be a governance decision. It must be a government bill, and this bill then shall be taken to Parliament by a government that has got a majority of members of Parliament to do the needful.
And he is the one who trained, together with people like Paul Kagame, in Tanzania, together with our liberation fighters. And when they came from those liberation camps, then Museveni went and took power from Obote, and then he put people like Kagame and the Hutus and the Tutsis into his army and intelligence. They then started murdering non-Tutsis who wanted power in Uganda because they were majorities. And that's how Museveni becomes the president of Uganda as a Tutsi, and then he begins to assist Kagame together with the Europeans, the Americans, to then create a force that is going to take power in Rwanda. And then they must take power in Rwanda, instill a Tutsi in Burundi, and instill a Tutsi in Congo. So when they then succeeded in getting what do you call him? Kabila into power, Kabila refused to put Tutsis into his government. And when he refused, then Kagame and Museveni then sent their armies and rebels into Congo with an intention to remove Kabila. Kabila then ran to SADC. And that time SADC had an organ, or the military institution was called the organ, which was being headed by Mugabe. And he said, listen, they want to overthrow me. And he gave them the reasons why they want to overthrow. Mugabe sent a fact-finding mission that it consisted of Zambians, Namibians, Angolans, South Africans, and everybody from SADC region. And he realized that this was actually a problem. So they went to Uganda, they went to Rwanda, they couldn't find Museveni when they went to Uganda, they couldn't find Kagame when they went to Rwanda, but they got information that there was going to be an overthrow of Kabila, and then the UN was going to be forced to actually come up with a policy that says Congo must be broken down into 5 countries.
Jeez.
The 5 countries would then be easier to loot for the West through Uganda, Rwanda, and their own people that they would have placed within the Congolese system. Then Zambia and Zimbabwe came up with a counter proposal, but they also sent the armies of the Namibians and the Angolans to go and stop Kagame from overthrowing Kabila. They were able to repel Kagame and Museveni's troops.
Consistently fed the world with propaganda and TV teams access to investigate the appalling human rights record of the National Resistance Army in northern and eastern Uganda. Operation Sim Sim is an unprecedented report by the first Western TV team to investigate the intolerable abuse of Ugandan women and men through rapes by the NRA. For a long time, the NRA government has been killing political opponents by deploying HIV-positive soldiers to rape them. It is the only government which is actively involved in the intentional spread of AIDS at a time when the entire world is struggling to stem the spread of this deadly disease.
Ukiriza muri Banyarwanda community in Uganda ewamwe wabaji era mwasinzira ku kyokusala bakadde baffe emiliyoni namba ne mubasala ne mubamalawo mulowooza naffe mugenda tusala dabo w'ekitiibwa wa Buganda omusajja yagamba ekiritta Mmengo kiriva Mmengo.
Whether they are decision makers, you know the history of Uganda. This is not the first time Uganda declaring Banyarwanda stateless on Uganda. In 82, Obote regime attempted, and you know what happened. We are very confident and determined to defend our existence in this country as citizens of Uganda.
General Tafire told us at the funeral of Adonia Tiberondwa, which I attended personally because we were very close. And he said that the so-called liberators, liberation fighters or whatever it is, used to wear UPC t-shirts. And they were the ones responsible for shooting people along Bombo Luero Road. He said it with his own words. So I think one day, the people of Uganda want to know who was responsible for atrocities committed in Luero.
We shall crush those enemies as we have done in the past.